I brought this issue forward for discussion by us for a number of reasons. Many people in our community were talking about it. It was something that seemed like they were curious and they were curious enough and strong enough and helped me see all their concerns, and that is that we are moving forward with this master planning process, which has a limited duration. We're looking at a period of maybe 6 to 9 months, and that the concern was there were so many items coming forward that it was compromising the master planning process.
And they felt like they were being bypassed in this process for us to consider a moratorium without that body considering it. So they wanted me to express that, and I'm doing that as a member of that commission, because I think anytime that we have something of this gravity that affects a group of citizens that we have placed to be our advisory board, then we are sidestepping that. And I think that this one may got out ahead of, as you clearly stated a moment ago, it kind of got out there before maybe all bodies were concerned. So, but I do bring that to you from a commission standpoint.
I don't understand why that's such a stretch of political will to say, hey, developers, we're going to take a moment, we're going to declare a moratorium while we assess where we're going. I don't know why that's so hard. It makes me doubt the integrity of the process here. It makes me think that some of our elected officials are more concerned about pleasing developers and special interests, of money being put into their campaigns, than they are about the people's business. I don't understand it.
There is nothing wrong with taking a pause to plan and just saying, you know, this has hit us like a brick from the sky, and it's happening real fast, and we need to just step back for 5 minutes and say, okay, how do we want to look in 5 or 10 years? What do we want to create for our community? Do we want to maintain our quality of life? Why is bigger better?
And the one thing that I felt like that would cause us a problem before we even get this discussion started, if we start talking about a moratorium that divides the community against itself before we ever get started.
I'm not going to be a George Bush and say, this is hard. But for goodness sakes, we run for office to try to represent people and to have slander and everything else thrown at you when what we're trying to do, may we make mistakes, a bunch of mistakes. But when people say elected officials are bought off and all of y'all, and that's what was directed towards me. Roll the tape again. Not you, Elaine. I know it comes out of a place, if I go to my good place, I know it comes out of frustration. But that is wrong. And you know what? I'm standing up for everybody at this table, and I'm standing up for me. Because what I see, and I might be wrong, but this is what I believe in my heart. When you decrease the supply of good things or bad things, the demand goes up and the affordability goes down, the price goes up. So from where I sit, if there is less supply of affordable housing, and we're already starting at below ground zero, the price goes up, people are pushed out. You know, the young people that I just talked to, you know, a week ago are having to leave this community because they're bunking on each other's floor and they can't find affordable places to live. That's wrong. I think there probably are some good reasons to think about a moratorium, but this has been framed in a way that I'm personally offended